Welcome to the Occult Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Carter. In the heart of Paris, nestled within the labyrinthine streets of the Ile de la Cité, stands an ominous statue, a depiction of the Archangel Michael, brandishing a sword, his eyes fixed on the heavens. He is a warrior, a protector, an avenger. The statue stands as a silent sentinel in front of the Notre Dame Cathedral, a testament to an ancient power that many believe still permeates our world today. Magic. For millennia, humans have attempted to tap into these esoteric forces, seeking knowledge and power far beyond the mundane. The ancient Egyptians, with their complex system of rituals and gods, the Greeks and their oracles, the Druids and their sacred groves, all believed in a world imbued with magic, a reality where thought and will could shape the very fabric of existence. But as society progressed, these practices were pushed into the shadows. Magic was deemed heretical, dangerous, an affront to the natural order. Those who dared to dabble were often met with persecution, exile, or worse. Yet the allure of the arcane was too strong. Secret societies sprung up, dedicated to the pursuit of this forbidden knowledge. The Templars, the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, each with their own cryptic symbols and rituals, each claiming a lineage back to the ancient practitioners of magic. These organizations, cloaked in secrecy, became the custodians of this arcane wisdom. They claimed to hold keys to understanding the universe, to harnessing powers that could shape the course of history. And many of these societies still exist today, their members often found among the world's elite. Politicians, business tycoons, influential artists and thinkers, the alleged keepers of this hidden knowledge are not on society's fringes, but at its very center. Yet the question remains, is there any truth to these claims? Can magic really shape our reality? And if so, what does that mean for those who wield this power? Does this forbidden knowledge offer a path to ultimate enlightenment, or is it a dangerous tool that should remain buried in the annals of history? As we delve deep into the shadowy world of magic and power, we will examine the symbols, the rituals, the beliefs, and the people who have sought to harness these esoteric forces. We will explore the ancient roots of magic, its evolution through the ages, and its place in our modern world. And perhaps we might even glimpse a sliver of the truth that these secret societies claim to hold. Like the statue of the Archangel Michael, we stand at the precipice, sword in hand, eyes on the heavens, ready to delve into the mysteries of magic, power, and the elite. The journey may be fraught with uncertainty, but the allure of the arcane is irresistible. The quest for knowledge, after all, is a journey that transcends time, a journey that calls to the very core of our being. The origins of magic trace back to the dawn of civilization, when our ancestors sought explanations for the world around them. Ancient cultures turned to the supernatural to make sense of the elements, the seasons, and the cosmos. In doing so, they laid the foundations of what would become the art and science of magic. In ancient Egypt, magic was an integral part of daily life. It was used for everything from healing the sick to ensuring a successful harvest. Priests were seen as magical practitioners, their rituals believed to appease the gods and maintain the cosmic order. Hieroglyphs, the sacred language of the Egyptians, were seen as inherently magical. Each symbol was believed to hold power, and the act of writing was considered a magical act. In Greece, the mystery schools flourished, offering initiates a chance to experience the divine directly. These schools were shrouded in secrecy, their teachings reserved for the initiated. They taught esoteric wisdom, spiritual transformation, and methods of communing with the gods. The Eleusinian mysteries, the Orphic mysteries, and the Pythagorean school each held their own unique teachings, yet all hinted at a deeper understanding of the universe. The belief in magic also found fertile ground in Rome. The Roman elite were known to consult augurs, individuals who could interpret the will of the gods by observing natural phenomena such as the flight of birds or the entrails of sacrificed animals. This augury was seen as a form of magic, a way of gleaning information about the future and shaping one's destiny accordingly. In the East, the practice of magic was equally pervasive. In India, the ancient texts known as the Vedas contained hymns and rituals meant to invoke the power of the gods. The practice of yoga, too, was seen as a form of magic, a way to achieve spiritual enlightenment and control over the physical body. In China, the I Ching, or Book of Changes, offered a system of divination based on the principles of yin and yang, while Taoist alchemists sought immortality through a combination of meditative practices and elixirs. These ancient cultures, each in their own way, recognized the potential of magic to shape reality. They created systems of belief, elaborate rituals, and complex symbols to harness this power. And while many of these practices may seem strange or even fantastical to us today, they laid the groundwork for the magical traditions that would follow. Over the centuries, these traditions were passed down, often in secret, preserved within the confines of sacred orders and secret societies. As we trace the lineage of these esoteric practices, we begin to see a common thread: a belief in the power of the unseen, a quest for knowledge, and a desire to tap into forces beyond our understanding. In the pursuit of this elusive knowledge, a host of philosophers, mystics, and occult adepts emerged, each leaving an indelible mark on the annals of hidden wisdom. Figures such as Plato and Pythagoras in the West, and Lao Tzu and Patanjali in the East, were more than mere scholars. They were initiates, privy to the sacred rituals and profound mysteries that lay at the heart of their respective traditions. Plato, for instance, was heavily influenced by the Eleusinian mysteries. His writings are imbued with a dualistic philosophy, a belief in an eternal realm of forms that exists beyond our tangible reality. Pythagoras, on the other hand, founded an entire school based on esoteric teachings, including the mystical significance of numbers and the harmonious structure of the cosmos. In the East, Lao Tzu penned the Tao Te Ching, a foundational text of Taoism. It describes the Tao, or the Way, as an unspeakable force that underlies all of existence. Patanjali, credited with compiling the Yoga Sutras, outlined a methodical path toward samadhi, the ultimate union with the divine. Sacred texts such as these served as both guidebooks and gateways into the unseen realms, their cryptic verses carrying layers of hidden meanings. Yet they were often cloaked in allegory and symbolism, their deeper truths reserved for those with the eyes to see and the wisdom to understand. Beyond these philosophical insights, practical applications of magic were preserved in detailed rituals. From the ceremonial magic of the Western Hermetic tradition, with its intricate symbols and invocations, to the meditative practices of the East aiming at spiritual liberation, these rituals served as conduits of power. They were means to commune with higher forces, to manipulate the fabric of reality, and to attain spiritual evolution. The knowledge of these rituals, however, was not freely available. It was guarded by initiates and passed down within closed circles. These individuals, often belonging to the elite strata of their societies, were keepers of this sacred wisdom. They were the Magi of Persia, the Brahmins of India, the Druids of the Celtic world, and the Pythagoreans of Greece. Their role was not merely to preserve these traditions, but to ensure their perpetuation, to initiate worthy aspirants into the mysteries, and to keep the flame of this ancient wisdom burning through the ages. In their hands, the magical arts were not mere superstition. They were a spiritual science, a means to tap into the latent power of the universe. Through their teachings, they revealed a world beyond the ordinary, where power and wisdom were not just the preserve of gods, but could be accessed by those daring enough to seek them. The teachings of these enlightened individuals were not limited to philosophy or ritual. They often incorporated hidden codes and esoteric patterns, providing another layer of meaning to those able to decipher them. Numerology, sacred geometry, alchemy, and celestial alignments were among the various tools used to veil these higher truths. Numerology, the study of numbers and their mystical significance, has been a prevalent tool in the arcane arts. The ancients believed that numbers held a vibrational essence that could influence the fabric of reality. Pythagoras, the Greek philosopher and mathematician, was one such proponent of numerological wisdom. His teachings suggested that the universe was built upon the harmony of numbers. To him, each number held a unique energy and meaning and could be used as a key to understanding the divine order. Sacred geometry, another facet of this obscured knowledge, took this concept further. It proposed that specific shapes and patterns held spiritual significance. From the geometric designs in Gothic cathedrals to the intricate mandalas of Tibetan Buddhism, these shapes were believed to be visual representations of the divine. They were thought to reflect fundamental aspects of existence and the divine blueprint of the cosmos. Alchemy, often misunderstood as merely the quest to turn lead into gold, was in reality a profound spiritual discipline. It was a symbolic process of transformation, purification, and ultimately, the unification of the human soul with the divine. Alchemists, through their cryptic symbols and coded language, sought to accomplish this great work, the magnum opus, the ultimate goal of their practice. Celestial alignments, too, played a crucial role in the understanding and practice of magic. The ancients held a deep reverence for the heavens, seeing in the movements of celestial bodies a dance of cosmic forces. Astrology, the study of these movements and their influence on human affairs, became an integral part of many magical traditions. The alignment of planets and stars was believed to open portals of power, to signify propitious times for rituals, and to affect the flow of cosmic energy. These tools, while seemingly disparate, were woven together in the tapestry of magical knowledge. They served as keys to unlock hidden realities, to tap into the divine order, and to navigate the path towards enlightenment. This was the higher wisdom cloaked in the mystery traditions, a wisdom accessible only to those who could discern the symbols, decode the numbers, and align with the celestial dance. It was a wisdom kept alive and often hidden by the guardians of the ancient ways, their knowledge whispering of a universe brimming with magic and power. In the quest for mastery over the unseen realms, numerous practices and rituals were developed, many of which were later deemed forbidden, lost, or condemned by mainstream authorities. These were the rites and rituals that sought to pierce the veil between the material and the spiritual, to conjure entities from other realms, and to harness the unseen forces of the universe. One such practice was necromancy, the art of communicating with the dead. Rooted in ancient traditions, necromancers sought the wisdom of those who had crossed the threshold of death. They believed that the spirits of the departed held knowledge beyond the grasp of the living, insights into the mysteries of existence, the workings of fate, and the hidden currents of the universe. Necromancy, however, was a path fraught with danger. The risk of attracting malevolent spirits and the ethical considerations of disturbing the dead led to its condemnation and eventual banishment from accepted magical practices. Similarly, the evocation of spirits, or gotia, was another practice steeped in controversy. The Gothic arts involved summoning and binding spirits, often of a demonic nature, to the will of the practitioner. This practice was believed to grant the magician immense power, but at a high cost. The dangers of dealing with such entities, of losing control or becoming ensnared by them, led to Gotia being deemed forbidden by many magical orders. Then there were the Enochian rituals, named after the biblical figure Enoch, said to have walked with angels. Developed by John Dee and Edward Kelly in the 16th century, Enochian magic involved the use of a complex system of angelic communication. The practitioners believed they could access higher dimensions and commune with celestial beings through these rituals. However, the complexity of the system, its potential for misuse, and its association with the occult led to its marginalization. These forbidden practices, and many others like them, were believed to offer direct conduits to the unseen realms. They were the keys to unlocking immense power, to shaping reality, and to gaining wisdom beyond the ordinary. Yet their potency and the dangers they posed led to their suppression, their knowledge confined to secret societies and obscured by layers of symbolism and code. Yet, forbidden or not, these practices persist. Their echoes resonate through time, whispering of the power that lies beyond the veil of the material world, of the keys to the mysteries of existence. They are a testament to humanity's unending quest for knowledge, for mastery over the unseen forces of the universe, and for the ultimate union with the divine. Their legacy remains, etched in the annals of magic, power, and the elite. From the birth of civilization, the powers that be have often sought to control the dissemination of knowledge, particularly when it pertains to the esoteric and the arcane. Religions, empires, and modern institutions have historically played key roles in this endeavor, suppressing and often vilifying teachings deemed too potent, too dangerous, or too subversive. The practice of magic, by its very nature, fell squarely into this category. The early Christian Church, for instance, was instrumental in the suppression of pagan and Gnostic practices. Magic was seen as a direct affront to the Church's authority, its teachings viewed as heretical. Books were burned, practitioners persecuted, and entire traditions extinguished in an attempt to consolidate religious power and control. The secrets of the ancients were buried, their wisdom locked away, accessible only to those who dared to seek it out, often at great personal risk. As empires rose and fell, so too did the acceptance and understanding of magic. The Roman Empire, in its bid for dominance, sought to suppress magic in all its forms. Yet, in the shadows, it persisted, protected by the clandestine brotherhoods and secretive orders that saw value in its power and potential. In more recent times, the rise of scientific rationalism and the suppression of the mystical has further forced the teachings of magic into the shadows. The modern world, with its emphasis on empirical evidence and observable phenomena, has little room for the unseen, the unquantifiable. Yet this suppression has only served to fan the flames of curiosity, to stoke the desire for knowledge hidden away, waiting to be rediscovered. Today, the remnants of these forbidden practices are safeguarded by secret societies and underground communities. They are the custodians of lost knowledge, the guardians of ancient wisdom. They operate in the shadows, away from the prying eyes of the world, protecting these teachings from those who would misuse them and preserving them for those who seek them with pure intent. It is a delicate dance, a balancing act between safeguarding knowledge and preventing its misuse. The very power and potential that make these practices so enticing are also what make them so dangerous. Yet, the desire to understand, to push beyond the boundaries of the known, to tap into the unseen realms and harness their power, is a drive as old as humanity itself. Despite centuries of suppression and secrecy, the call of the arcane remains as potent as ever. The teachings of magic, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in secrecy, continue to draw those who seek to understand the unseen, to master the forces that shape reality, and to unlock the secrets of the universe. The whispers of the past continue to echo through time, carrying with them the promise of knowledge, power, and transcendence. The legacy of magic, power, and the elite endures, a testament to the enduring allure of the forbidden and the unknown. In the quest for comprehending the teachings of magic, one is inevitably led to explore metaphysical interpretations of reality. The foundational premise of many esoteric teachings is that the visible, tangible world is but a small fraction of the total reality. This idea can dramatically reshape one's understanding of the self, the soul, and the structure of reality. The esoteric philosophy posits the soul as an eternal entity, a divine spark that transcends the limitations of the physical body. It views the human experience as a journey of the soul through different planes of existence, each with its own unique set of lessons and experiences. This perspective presents an alternative understanding of death, not as an end, but as a transition, a shift from one state of being to another. The concept of the afterlife in esoteric teachings is not a static, perpetual state of bliss or torment. Instead, it is seen as a continuation of the soul's journey, an opportunity for growth and evolution. It is a state of existence in which the soul continues to learn, to evolve, and to ascend towards higher states of consciousness. This metaphysical view of reality also posits the existence of a hidden structure to the universe, a subtle fabric that underlies and interconnects all things. This idea can be found in the concept of the Akashic Records, a cosmic library said to contain all knowledge, past, present, and future. The ability to access these records, to tap into this hidden store of knowledge, is seen as one of the ultimate goals of magical practice. The inner transformation that accompanies these teachings is profound. It requires a radical rethinking of one's place within the universe, a shift from viewing oneself as a separate, isolated individual to seeing oneself as an integral part of the interconnected web of existence. This shift in perspective can lead to a new understanding of power, not as a tool for control or domination, but as a means of facilitating growth, evolution, and spiritual enlightenment. These teachings challenge conventional wisdom, offering a radically different perspective on life, death, and the nature of reality itself. They call into question the nature of knowledge and power, suggesting that there are realms of understanding beyond the reach of mainstream science and philosophy. In doing so, they continue to inspire those in search of deeper truths, those willing to venture into the shadows in pursuit of the forbidden. The allure of magic, power, and the elite lies not just in the promise of hidden knowledge, but in the potential for profound inner transformation and spiritual enlightenment. The traces of these ancient mysteries and esoteric teachings are not confined to the dusty shelves of hidden libraries or whispered in the hushed tones within the secret recesses of arcane societies. They persist and thrive, subtly woven into the fabric of modern society, echoing through time and space, resonating in the spheres of art, spirituality, alternative science, and secret societies. In the realm of art, the influence and symbolism of these teachings can be seen in the works of many celebrated artists. Salvador Dali's surrealist masterpieces, teeming with mystical and alchemical symbols, stand as vivid testament. The enigmatic paintings of Wassily Kandinsky, often seen as visual representations of music, echo the Hermetic principle of correspondence, as above, so below. These artists, among many others, tapped into the wellspring of esoteric wisdom, using their creative expressions as a conduit to explore and communicate the mysteries of existence. In the sphere of spirituality, the New Age movement, with its emphasis on self-realization and the exploration of higher consciousness, draws heavily on the teachings of the ancient mystery schools. Practices such as meditation, channeling, and astral projection, once the exclusive domain of the initiated, are now widely accessible, providing a pathway for individuals to explore the inner realms of consciousness. The influence of these teachings in alternative science is seen in the realms of quantum physics and consciousness studies. Quantum mechanics, with its strange phenomena of entanglement and superposition, mirrors the Hermetic principle of interconnectedness. The study of consciousness, an area still shrouded in mystery, holds potential keys to understanding the multidimensional aspects of reality that the ancients spoke of. Secret societies today, like the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians, continue to guard and perpetuate these teachings, passing them down through carefully structured initiatory systems. Their symbols, rituals, and ceremonies, shrouded in secrecy, serve to guide the initiate through a transformative journey, echoing the ancient rites of initiation into the mysteries. These echoes of ancient wisdom persist because they speak to timeless truths, to the deepest yearnings of the human soul. They offer a different lens through which to view the world, one that invites the exploration of the hidden dimensions of existence, the quest for self-knowledge, and the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Despite the passage of centuries, the flame of the ancient mysteries continues to burn, casting its enigmatic light into the shadows of the modern world. In the midst of these echoes of ancient wisdom, there are whispers of revelation so extraordinary they defy conventional understanding. These range from the concept of divine messengers to energy manipulation, reincarnation, and even the existence of dimensional gateways. The notion of divine messengers, or entities from higher realms of existence communicating with humanity, is a common thread in many mystical traditions. Angels in the Judeo-Christian tradition, the jinn of Islamic lore, even the myriad deities of Hinduism, all could be viewed as divine messengers. These beings are considered to guide, warn, or offer wisdom to individuals and societies, often at crucial turning points in history. Energy manipulation, a concept prevalent in Eastern philosophies such as Qi in Chinese Taoism or prana in Indian yogic traditions, speaks to the ability of individuals to channel and direct unseen forces. This extends into the practice of Reiki, the art of healing using life force energy, or the use of crystals famed for their ability to store, amplify, and transmit energy. Reincarnation, the belief in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, is central to religions such as Hinduism and Buddhism. It suggests the existence of an eternal soul that transcends physical life, undergoing numerous incarnations to learn and grow. This concept challenges the Western paradigm of a single linear life, opening up possibilities for past life memories, karma, and soul contracts. Then there are the dimensional gateways, portals to alternate realities or different levels of existence. Mystical traditions around the world speak of such gateways, like the Bifrost Bridge of Norse mythology, the Black Road of Native American lore, or the concept of world trees connecting different realms. Modern interpretations suggest these gateways could be points of intense energy on Earth, or even black holes in space, acting as bridges between dimensions. These revelations, while seeming extraordinary to some, are viewed as intrinsic truths by others. They weave a tapestry of interconnectedness, suggesting a universe far more complex and mysterious than what is perceived by the five senses alone. These are not just fanciful tales or abstract concepts, but part of a hidden knowledge that hints at the untapped potential of human consciousness and the enigmatic nature of reality itself. This exploration of fringe revelations and mystical parallels only deepens the intrigue surrounding the world of magic, power, and the elite. By delving into these concepts, one gets a glimpse of a universe teeming with possibilities, where the boundaries of reality are far from fixed and the potential for growth and transformation is limitless. As we peer into the heart of these mysteries, the spiritual implications of such knowledge are profound. They suggest that at the core of our reality lies an intricate, interwoven tapestry of energies and forces that most of us are only beginning to understand. The hidden truths, concealed behind the veil of the mundane, beckon us towards a deeper understanding of our place in the universe and the power we hold within ourselves. Consider the potential for spiritual growth if these concepts were widely accepted and understood. The acceptance of energy manipulation could lead to a revolution in healing methodologies, not only treating physical ailments, but also addressing emotional and spiritual imbalances. The understanding and acceptance of reincarnation could radically shift our perception of life, death, and the concept of self, fostering empathy and compassion as we recognize the shared journey of the soul. The exploration of dimensional gateways opens up the possibility of alternate realities and higher dimensions of existence. This could inspire new scientific discoveries, challenge our perception of time and space, and invite us to consider our role in a multiverse brimming with untold possibilities. These truths, concealed in ancient texts, shrouded in mystery, and often dismissed by mainstream thought, hold the keys to a new paradigm. They hint at a reality where the individual is not a passive observer, but a co-creator, capable of shaping their experience through will, intention, and consciousness. Yet, the question remains: why is this knowledge veiled, accessible only to those willing to journey beyond the boundaries of conventional wisdom? The answers may lie in the complex interplay of power, control, and the fear of the unfamiliar. Yet this hidden knowledge stands as a testament to humanity's unquenchable thirst for understanding, our inherent potential for growth, and the boundless mysteries that lie within and beyond our reality. The awakening that might come if these truths were revealed could indeed be transformative. It may require us to question deeply ingrained belief systems, to embrace new ways of thinking, and to step boldly into the unknown. But such is the nature of evolution, continually pushing the boundaries of what is known, reaching for the unseen, expanding towards the infinite. As we stand on the precipice of this potential awakening, we are reminded that the journey of understanding is not a destination, but a process. The mysteries of magic, power, and the elite serve as a mirror, reflecting back to us the depth of our curiosity, the strength of our spirit, and the potential for humanity to transcend the perceived limitations of our existence. As we delve into the shadows of the unexplored, we are not merely uncovering hidden truths, we are discovering the vast landscape of our collective potential. The revelations we unearth in the process are not just about magic or power, but about who we are, what we are capable of, and the extraordinary universe in which we find ourselves. They stand as a testament to the enduring quest for knowledge, the courage to question, and the limitless potential of the human spirit. In the end, they tell a story of humanity's evolution, of the journey from ignorance to understanding, from the finite to the infinite, from confinement to liberation. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of the Occult Knowledge Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.